Hi, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your performance?
Okay, my name's Thomas John Baker, and the performance is called The Lived Body, and it's the third and final part of a triptych that I've done. I showed the second piece, the second action last year at BUZZCUT, so then they asked me to come back and show the last action. The hope is to eventually show them all together, and basically it's a phenomenological triptych, and it's about kind of exploring what it is to be in space, and it's exploring a multiplicity of stuff. By that, which sounds very complicated, but by that I'm interested in the idea that we'll have multiple sides to us. I'm interested in the ideas of there being embodied and disembodied selves that exist at the same time in the body, so that I can objectify a body and subjectify a body at the same time. And this final part is kind of about looking at the body split in various ways through sound and light and physically, and trying to show its reformation back into sort of a single living body, finished body.
And what did you want the audience to take away from the journey?
To sort of see the idea of there being this split within the potential for people to perceive more than one side to something. It's kind of really, really basic. I'm also interested in how the audience as other can in that subjectifying, objectifying process, almost see sides of me that I wouldn't see. So, and that's kind of an interesting side to it. When you talk to people afterwards, what they took away could be completely different from the next person, and the next person, the next person. And I love that about this kind of work, that it's open to that, and I engage with that fully as part of the process of it.
How do you mentally prepare yourself before a performance?
Something like this, I try and well, different things really. I try and relax as much as I can. I try and make sure I eat, which I know sounds silly, but when you're going to feed a lot, because believe it or not, I can be quite squeamish myself sometimes. And so if I haven't eaten properly, then it's kind of those sort of general relaxation processes as well. I use yoga, meditate a bit, and just try and feel at ease with myself. The worst thing to do is to turn up to something a bit early and kind of be under pressure. Yeah. So it's kind of good to sort of have that distance sometimes before you start.
And what was the significance of using real God opposed to fake God?
I think it's really important in terms of this idea of the reality of not only, I suppose that's the separation between theatre and live art for me. There's a reality in you, reality in your body. My body is artwork, so it would feel false, it would feel fake if I was pretending. And because I'm interested in that idea of separation and almost like creating a living artifact. So how something like a life force or blood, which can be seen in different ways, it could be a positive thing, a negative thing, it could be embodied with love and death and all the rest of it, but how something when it's taken outside of the body can become almost like an object, an artifact in itself. So as soon as my blood falls and hits that salt on the ground, those droplets are kind of crystallised in that action, and that's kind of interesting to me as well. That sort of living, instant creation of an artifact. So, yeah.
And finally, why did you feel it was important to showcase your performance at BUZZCUT this year?
BUZZCUT was a fantastic festival last year. Absolutely, really fantastic and supportive. Nick and Rosanna are lovely. I couldn't ask for more really in how welcoming they are. And then on top of that, to perform in Glasgow is really important to me. From the heritage before we get on the road, and now with what BUZZCUT is doing here, I think is fantastic. To be a part of that, not only last year, but this year as well, that means an awful lot to me.
That's good.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.